Hey, welcome back, my friends. Are you letting fear prevent you from doing the things that you wanted to do? That's been the case for me for many, many, many years. A lot of times I was so worried about my self-image of how people viewed me, or I wanted to be cool. Half the time for people didn't even care about you. But the image that I had in my mind, I wanted to maintain to the outside world. And for many years, I was afraid to step out and try different things because guess what? I didn't want to be looking like a fool. I didn't want people to think different of me. I didn't want people to look at me and say, man, that guy was just not right. And the fact of the matter is, it doesn't matter. Sometimes we create the opportunities to get over ourselves, and sometimes life gives us those opportunities. And I was granted an opportunity recently. A good friend of mine, she was retiring after 3 decades in the military, and she asked me a question that kind of threw me off. So I get a text and she says, "Hey Wave, can you sing the national anthem at my retirement?" And I'm sitting here like, I got stunned. So my first reaction was like, why are you asking me? Now, granted, I used to help lead some songs in like church groups and little things, but nothing like a cappella and solo. I mean, that's a whole different thing. And, kind of like public speaking, if you want to sing in front of people, you're talking about, you got to have some nerves to do that or know that you could do it. Because I'm not one to be like the American Idol people. I'm not ignorant of my capabilities. Hey, I could hold a tune, but I wouldn't call myself a natural singer. But anyhow, she asked me, my first reaction was, I don't want to do it. But it's something about when people ask you to do something, there's some meaning behind it. So even though I wanted to get out of it, I said, let me think about it. So in the interim, I went and texted a few friends and asked them, hey, you know anybody that could sing? But in my heart, I was like, I know I could say no, but I believe the right answer was I needed to do it. And so, long story short, I let my friend know, hey, so I'll do it. And let me tell you, I practiced my butt off. I mean, my vocal cords were strained and I'm sitting there practicing every day. And man, it sounded so good after a while. You know how it sounds in the shower. You sound like you were the best. And I just kept practicing and practicing. And leading up to the event, I just remember I was so nervous, talked to some people, but inside my heart rate was going like I was running a sprint. And so I said, you know what? It doesn't matter. I'm gonna have fun. I'm gonna give my best. Let's do it. And so I started singing, and then as soon as I started singing, I didn't realize this, but what I heard was a different voice. So I'm singing over the microphone, but it sounded like someone else was singing. That immediately threw me off. Then I hear in the background, everybody else is getting quiet, and I see some people looking at me and everything else, and I'm thinking about, whoa, I heard the song thousands of times, but I'm like, oh, what's the next verse? And I need to change this the next time. But I was like, you know what? I'm just going to keep going. I'm going to give my best. I'm going to give my best. I'm going to give my best. And I gave my best. Some people said it was good. Some people didn't say anything. It didn't matter because the point wasn't me singing. Although that's what I did for my friend, and I was glad I was able to serve her in that capacity. The point was I wasn't going to allow my fear to prevent me from having the experience. Real life is meant to be lived. When you're comfortable, sometimes you won't see what you're capable of or what you could do. Or more importantly, you'll miss the whole experience. You see, I don't see myself as a singer. Some other people might, some don't. It doesn't matter. I didn't see myself as one. And so therefore, I was this close for telling my friend no, because I didn't want to put myself in a position where I was uncomfortable. But I knew that for me to grow, for me to be the best version of who I am, sometimes I got to look beyond myself and do those things that aren't comfortable. Not everything you're going to do is going to be comfortable. And the more you avoid it, the more you're avoiding the next level where you need to be. You see, I said yes to my friend, and I'm grateful for the opportunity. But at the end, when I finished, it didn't matter what anybody said. I don't even care if I fumbled. Of course, I didn't want to mess up for her, but it didn't matter. The point was I had to get beyond myself. I had to face my fears, do the thing I wasn't comfortable with, Because at the end of the day, I need to have the confidence in myself. If I'm looking for other people to make me feel good and justify, I'm going to continue to be a slave. If I'm always afraid to try new things because what other people think, you'll be a slave to your fear. And I want to challenge you just like me. Hey, if there's something there that you feel like you've been wanting to do, but you've been holding back because you're worried about what other people think, let me just tell you today, skip it. Just do it. Hey, what do you have to lose? Even if you mess up, you can look back and say, at least I tried. Don't live in the safe zone. Live in the real zone. Life is meant to be lived and experienced, even on the side of places where you don't feel comfortable. Thanks again for visiting. Please hit the subscribe, the like button, so we can get those algorithms going. I can continue to create content, and we could just explore this journey of self-development, encouragement, and leveling up. Waves of hope.